All right, what's up, you guys? This is William. I'm here with a really cool group of dudes. We got Near Blue, two members of Near Blue. What's up, Chaz, Charlie?
How's it going?
Hello, hello.
Hell yeah, nice to see you guys. So Charlie's got a little bit of an accent there. Charlie, where are you from, buddy?
I'm from the UK.
I guess
As is our drummer Ollie. Our drummer Ollie, who's not on this call, but is a lovely man from the UK.
Ollie, shout out Ollie, shout out Ollie. I guess we all got an accent. Me and Chaz are from Florida. We got Charlie and Ollie, who's not here with us. So Near Blue, kind of broad question here. What is Near Blue? What's coming up for you guys? How'd you guys come around? How'd you meet overseas?
So the band started. I started the band with Ollie. Our previous project, we were just in together, split up, and we took a little bit of time out, and then I kind of found myself I just kept writing, and I messaged him or phoned him as I look, let's start another project. Are you in? And he was up for it. And we were looking for a singer for really not that long. I want to say it was only like a week or a few days.
Really?
The way I found Chaz was actually on
Instagram,
which is the same way I found Ollie. I found Ollie a couple of years ago on Instagram as well. But I found Chaz by scrolling through different hashtags, spending 4 hours giving myself neck strain by being sat on my partner's sofa like this, just scrolling through Instagram until I found him. And I was probably sat there with a face like a slapped ass the whole time, just like.
And then
I found Chaz, and it was like, he can sing! He can sing! Someone on here can sing! And
but
then
Chaz,
I messaged him. I messaged him, and we got things started, and it was great. And from the off, he was great with communicating, and he seemed really cool and really up for it. That's how we got started.
Right on. So you guys got Peacekeeper coming out December 16th. It's gonna be fucking awesome. I had a pleasure of hearing it, and it fucking rips. I will tell you that.
It's very kind.
So we're gonna play a little game before we get started. We're gonna play a little bit of overrated, underrated.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna start out with this might be a little controversial, but new age pop punk, the Travis Barker, Mod Sun, all that stuff. How you guys feeling about all that? Is it kind of overplayed?
What's
that?
MGK core.
Yeah,
MGK core. Oh my
How
God.
are we feeling about MGK core?
The game, underrated, overrated. I'm gonna say overrated. It was cool. It was very cool when MGK came out with Tickets to My Downfall. It was different. It was unique from what people were releasing at the time. And then I think everybody kind of just hopped on it and tried to do it themselves. And then it became oversaturated and stale really fast.
Yeah.
That's just my opinion as a consumer. As a musician, I think it's just a little bit lazy as far as like songwriting goes.
Yeah, it was cool to get the alternative music back into play, but it's definitely becoming kind of cookie cutter. All right, so this one's kind of leaning towards Charlie, the killer guitarist he is. Guitar solos. How are we feeling about that? Overrated or underrated?
I would have said overrated, but I had a conversation with Chaz earlier, and he changed my mind. In that I'm now going to go with underrated, if I can say that as the guitar player, because he made a really good point in that you don't hear them very much anymore. And I think especially if they're catchy and they're hooky and they're fun and they're upbeat and they draw you in, or if they're like super emotional and they have to add to the song. Whatever the vibe of the song is, they have to add to it. If they're contributing positively and they don't outstay their welcome, then yeah, I'd go underrated.
Right on. This one's gonna kind of tie into my next point. Everyone's attention spans are kind of getting smaller. TikTok, we got the 15-second videos and all that. Music videos, overrated, underrated. Chaz, how you feeling about that?
It's hard to say because I do think that as a musician, it's more valuable to have the shorter clips for social media, like with having to put out as much content as musicians have to put out now and all the stress from social media and stuff like that. But I really do love music videos when they're well thought out and they're planned versus just like, some dude standing in a room. But I would say it's hard to say whether they're overrated or underrated because I'm gonna say underrated just because I wouldn't I would hate to see like music videos ghosts like not be around anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it depends on the
I would say
context, doesn't it?
underrated.
Fair, yeah.
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 It definitely adds a lot more into play. You can see the story. You hear a song and you look at the lyrics, and then you see this video, and they're literally telling a story. Sometimes it can be a little cringy though. The guy and the girl. It's always the guy and the girl. Like, Jesus.
Yeah.
We're dying out here. No, I'm just kidding. All right, and we got one more, having physical albums. And I'm going to say myself, I love having physical albums.
Mm-hmm.
Here's my little Stranger Things cassette. I'm a cassette slut. Fucking love them.
They're coming back.
Charlie, how do you feel about physical albums?
When I had my 2005 Toyota Yaris with no aux cord and could only use CDs, I loved them. Whereas now, I really, really want to sit here and tell you that I think that they're great, but I just don't use them. Like I bought the odd one over the last couple of years, man. But it's not that I don't want to. It's just that I don't even have a disk drive on my computer anymore. Like I can't use them.
Yeah, it's kind of just like candy, One thing I will say though, if you go to a record store, there will be like some Kiss records that'll just be like 60, 70, like some like really old records will be expensive. Some of them, depending on what it is.
They're great to
nuts.
collect. They're great to collect, and they're great if you're collecting, merchandise or whatever from a band. They're awesome for that. But in terms of as a delivery mechanism for music, no, they've become something else.
Yep, it's outdated.
Right on. So let's move forward. Let's talk about Peacekeeper a little bit. December 16th. You guys got your first track coming out. How you guys feeling about that? You excited? Nervous?
Bit both.
A bit both?
Both for sure. I feel like we did a good job of making something original. It's hard to say. I
will tell you
love
that
it or hate it.
It's going to be awesome. It sounds really sick. A lot of cool tones coming out through there. The vocals sound crisp. Did you guys go somewhere to record it, or what happened there?
We recorded drums at Ollie's. I recorded all the guitars and all the bass at mine. All like the synth layers and stuff were all just programmed at mine. And then Chaz recorded his vocals in his home studio, 6,000 miles away from us. But me and him would sit up on Zoom or on Facebook call, like calling whilst he tracked, and I would be producing him and saying, give it a little bit of this, a little bit of that. While he engineered himself. And that was a whole ass crazy process in and of itself. With many pitfalls. Somewhere I've got a clip. I'll put it on Instagram of like me the first night saying, "This is us filming," and this is Chaz right now. He's tracking vocals, but because of the time difference, we had to start for him at 6 p.m. and me at 11 p.m. So I'd be up to like 2, 3 in the morning
Chaz,
while he was
keeping
tracking.
him up, man. What's going on with that? So working so far away, are there pros and cons? You guys doing your thing. You hating it, loving it? What's going on there? I mean, you guys are putting this project together. It's freaking awesome that
it's awesome.
The internet can allow us to do this.
It is pretty crazy that Chaz can track some vocals and export them, and I have them on my computer in my Logic session like less than 10 seconds later. That's absolutely insane. It's mental. And then I sit there for like 10 hours fixing all his mistakes. No, I'm kidding. No, Chaz is great.
You guys are making it work. Peacekeeper, December 16th. It's sounding awesome.
So just going to pause you there, Will. Would now be a good time to inform the listeners that actually you are also in the band now?
Oh, no. You dropped the bomb.
Do you want to tell us what happened there?
Yeah. Well, obviously, me and Chaz have been friends for, we sat at the same lunch table in middle school, but sending Charlie some ideas, and he was like, yo, can I use this? I was like, yeah, I'm going to send you all the ideas I have. Go ahead. And he was just like, you know what? Can you be a part of this?
Yeah, and this all happened like a day after Will said he'd do this podcast. So he's still our podcast host, even though he's technically now in the band.
Yeah, so I'm beyond excited. This new music is sounding awesome. So anyways, every song has a theme, right? As far as lyrics goes, or the theme of Peacekeeper, what can we expect, Chaz? What's going on there?
Peacekeeper is lyrically, it's got some deep meaning. It's really about feeling like you're the only one.
Cheers
in
to
a
that.
room of chaos, like everybody around you is struggling to stay together and be on good terms with each other, and you're just kind of in the middle of it all, trying to keep everybody at bay, keep everything calm and cool. It's
Just tired of playing Peacekeeper.
Yeah, really, and I mean the chorus. If you listen to the chorus section when the song drops, I mean it really is about being fed up about it too. It's like, it's like if you can think of, if you ever heard the expression like fighting fire with fire, it's.
If you haven't, you're gonna.
I'm gonna use that one.
Yeah, that's
one thing about this song, like, it's got some huge choruses. I'm a sucker for huge choruses. I mean, who isn't? It's super catchy. The guitar work sounds crystal clean. I'm super hyped on this song. Moving forward, we're going to do one more little game. Not so much a game, but kind of top 3 most influential albums for you guys personally. Not related to Near Blue, but just to you guys.
Can it be bands instead of albums? Because I can't do albums, bro. That's too much of an ask.
Yeah, we can do bands for sure.
Okay. All right, Chaz, do you want to go first? You got one? You got one lined up?
I'm gonna have to break the rules even further.
Oh my god! No,
first
top 3. Just do top 3 bands, bro. You're messing up my show, bro.
All right, so I'm just kidding. Basically, my first love was A Day to Remember. That was kind of what really got me into like everything I've done, and then I started playing in bands and I was having a lot of fun with that. And then I got into, I started getting into more like pop stuff. Not so much like radio pop, but like the dark pop or anti-pop as some people would call it. Emo pop, stuff like that. And
okay.
I would say maybe like 2015, I fell in love with Black Bear, like his entire discography. And I think that between those 2 artists really brought a whole new inspiration to like my sound, because you've got A Day to Remember is, it's got some pop punk, some heavier stuff, some metalcore influence, and then you got Black Bear, who's kind of his own entity of this, more like sad pop type of stuff, really catchy stuff. And the third one is, you could say, if I'm
just kidding.
it's not. I love Blink, but it's not. I was gonna say it's either gonna be Slaves with Johnny Craig, or Johnny Craig just himself. Really, it's the most influential part about it for me was Johnny Craig's vocal style. His vocals were just something that were so captivating that I feel like taking influences from A Day to Remember.
Those vocal runs, Johnny's nice.
A Day to Remember, Black Bear, Johnny Craig, those 3 just all blended together is kind of what has crafted my sound, and that's definitely my most influential.
Right on. Those 3. All suck, but no, I'm just kidding. All right, Charlie, let's hear it. I'm just kidding. Those are awesome.
But actually, I didn't know that about Black Bear. I didn't know that you were so into Black Bear. That's cool. I'm gonna go listen to more of that.
He's from the same town as me, bro.
Oh, really?
Town I grew up. Yeah, he went to the same high school. He's just older. I never met him, but
that's sweet.
Yeah.
Well, I think my 3 is very different. One has got to be Lower Than Atlantis, which are a UK, or they were a UK rock band, and you guys haven't really listened to them or heard of them before we met, but they're just. I think they were probably the first band I got into that wasn't either like metal post-hardcore or kind of poppy. They're just a balls to the wall British rock band. They're not sounding too American or sounding, there's nothing wrong with that, but like they weren't sounding too American like everything else I was hearing, or too much to do the crowdcore thing or the metalcore thing. And they got some real punky songs, they got some feelsy songs. I love feelsy rock songs, so yeah, they're up there. The few of them I've met have just been really solid as well. So that would be one. I'm going to have to go with Lonely the Brave as well, because Mark Trotter,
I've heard you talk about them.
Yeah, once or twice. Mark Trotter, their guitarist, is just like one of the most wholesome people I've ever met, and he has a way of writing that is very, very intricate and detailed and very pretty. So I think I've definitely, even though I haven't learned, a whole bunch of their songs, like his approach to writing would be, and how he sort of moves, or how the band sort of moves things like bass notes and moves chords and lead lines around, has just been really inspiring. And the last one, if you'd asked me 2 or 3 months ago, it would have been something different, but Deftones has just hit me like a truck, bro. Like I just got into Deftones a few months ago, and it's just so many of their songs just hit on a very, I'm going to get real sappy here, but I think they do a really incredible job of taking you on a journey when you're just listening to them. And the kind of, a lot of the more emotional bits in their songs kind of make you feel the things that I think I would say are the core of what it is to feel human. Sort of lots of emotions you don't necessarily understand. You're just kind of riding it out. It's cool. I'm going to have people clipping and laughing at this, and that's fine. But our Deftones, man, I fucking love Deftones.
All right, you guys, sorry about that. My phone died. I don't want to talk about it. Anyway, so Near Blue, what's coming up with Near Blue? What's next? You guys got anything coming out? Let's hear it. Spill the beans. We want all of it, all the juice.
So, Peacekeeper, like you mentioned before, is coming out December 16th. We've got some other stuff lined up.
Mark your calendars.
Yeah, we've got some other stuff coming out very, very, very soon. I don't want to give too much information because, you know, we got to leave some surprise. But we've got, you know, some of these other things that we will be releasing soon. There is some variety, and there is some really, really cool moments. So, you know, if you like what you hear on this song drop, make sure to follow, you know, share with your friends. It helps a lot. Save the songs, you know.
What are our socials? What are we doing? Typing in Near Blue
That's
balls?
It's at Near Blue Official on everything except Twitter, which I think was Near Blue Band.
On everything. Go get at 'em, guys. Right on. All right, I think we're good to wrap things up. Thank you guys for joining me. Near Blue, Peacekeeper out December 16th. Get ready for it. It is going to blow up. All right, you guys. Later.
See ya.